Now, I want you to hear a soundbite from Senator Ben Cardin. Ben Cardin is a liberal hack, a Democrat from Maryland. He's a party guy. That's all he is. And I want you to hear what he said on C-SPAN on March 7, 2017, welcoming the nomination of Rod Rosenstein, who had been the U.S. Attorney for Maryland. Go ahead.
I'm pleased to be here with Senator Van Hollen to introduce and support Rod Rosenstein.
Now let's stop right there. The Democrat senator, the other one, Van Hollen, the other Democrat senator, they're introducing this man, not just endorsing him. He's the nominee for the #2 spot at the Department of Justice. They're not just endorsing him, they're speaking on his behalf and introducing him during his hearing at the Senate Judiciary Committee. Go ahead.
To be the Deputy Attorney General. This was a welcomed nomination by President Trump. Rod Rosenstein has demonstrated throughout his long career the highest standards of professionalism. He has dedicated his entire professional career to public service. He's an experienced prosecutor and administrator. Very impressive credentials, graduating from the University of Pennsylvania Wharton School, from Harvard Law School, where he was editor of the Harvard Law Journal. He was clerk for Judge Ginsburg on the District Court of Appeals. He's been the U.S. Attorney since 2005. He has served in many leadership positions among the U.S. attorneys. And as Chairman Grassley pointed out, he's been given very sensitive assignments by the Department of Justice because of his known professionalism.
That is the man that he's talking about, a liberal Democrat party man hack. That is the man, Rosenstein, who wrote the memorandum to the Attorney General, urging the dismissal of Comey. And it's that memoranda and the advice from the man that he's praising, as well as the Attorney General, that resulted in the President of the United States firing the FBI director. Now, they're comparing this to Watergate. Watergate was a case, again, where the President of the United States at the time ordered the Attorney General to fire the independent prosecutor, Archibald Cox. The Attorney General resigned. He said he's not doing it. Then the President ordered the Deputy Attorney General to do it. The Deputy Attorney General said no. He resigned. He said, I'm not doing it. Then the President went down to the next person, the Solicitor of the United States, Robert Bork. One of the reasons the left always hated Robert Bork, because Robert Bork said, hey, look, the President of the United States is in charge of the executive branch. He doesn't want the FBI director for whatever reason. It's not up to me to decide whether or not the President should do it. So he fired Archibald Cox, the independent prosecutor. What does this have to do with what took place here? Right? You have Rosenstein, who writes the memorandum, the man he just praised. He writes it to the Attorney General of the United States. The Attorney General of the United States takes the Rosenstein memorandum, writes his own letter, and they both recommend that Comey be removed. And the President of the United States agrees and fires him. There's nothing, they're like opposites rather than parallels, but it doesn't matter. The media are leftist hacks. They're the Praetorian Guard for the Democrats. Some of them have negative IQs. Some of them are just on the warpath against this president. They want him taken down. Now let's look quickly at the Attorney General's letter from yesterday. Go. And he spells it out. I'm committed to a high level of discipline, integrity, and the rule of law to the Department of Justice. Based on my evaluation and for the reasons expressed by the Deputy Attorney General in the attached memorandum, I've concluded a fresh start is needed at the leadership of the FBI. Keep something in mind. The Democrats want Comey out. They blame him, among other things, for Hillary's loss. Whether they believe it or not, it doesn't matter. At least publicly, they blame him. So in secret, they're doing high fives, fist pumps, patting each other on the back, but they're not going to let Trump get any credit for anything good. And they wanted to turn it into a phony scandal, which is exactly what I said on the radio last night, and it's exactly what happened. Oh, this is a cover-up. Cover-up of what? Oh, the collusion between the Trump people and the Russians. What collusion? Wow, there's an investigation going on, and they must be getting close, because Trump wouldn't do this if they weren't getting close. Just sick conspiratorial nonsense. And then let's take a quick look at the president's letter dismissing Comey. Go. I've received the attached letters from the Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General of the United States recommending your dismissal as the Director of the FBI. I've accepted their recommendation, and you are hereby terminated and removed from office effective immediately. While I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation, let me stop there. Now, he's been mocked for this. That fool Anderson Cooper on CNN said, what is he, in 3rd grade? He has to write something like that? No, Anderson. He's pointing out, and I'm sure that the White House counsel looked at this letter, if not drafted it, for the president. He's pointing out that he's not doing it because he's under investigation, that he's not doing it because of any investigation. He's doing it because the recommendations came to him from the senior management at the Justice Department, and the president has concluded they're right, just as the Democrats had concluded earlier that he should be removed. No, we didn't say he should be removed. We just said we despise the guy, we don't trust the guy, there's nothing he does that we agree with, and blah, blah. Oh, so you want him to stay? No, I don't think so. Now, let's continue here. We have, this is painful. What we're about to listen to is enormously painful. It's Chuck Schumer, but we have to listen to it. Chuck Schumer is a detestable human being, let alone a detestable liberal hack. And it really is scary when you think about the way this man manipulates information, the way he knowingly lies through his teeth, the way he puts his own political interests and the power of his party before everything else. He has now spent the last several months destroying the Senate judicial confirmation process, trying to delay as many appointments as possible for the president to populate the highest ranks of his administration. This isn't normal practice. They have done everything they can to undermine this president's legitimacy, to smear him, to slow down his agenda. They don't care about elections, the Electoral College, the Constitution. Remember? None of that matters. None of it matters at all. The ends justify the means. And by any means, they intend to take this man out, meaning the President of the United States. Now, let's begin. I said it's going to be painful, but I got to break this down. These are some of the headlines that we prepared today to show you where the Democrats stood prior to yesterday. Washington Examiner, Schumer, no confidence in Comey. New York Times, Hillary Clinton blames FBI director for election loss. The Hill, Reid blames Comey for Hillary Clinton's loss. Next. Politico, Democrats declare open season on Jim Comey. This is October, November, December, January. The Hill, Democrats outraged with Comey after House briefing. The Daily Cost, the left-wing kooks. Democrats slam FBI Director Comey after confidential briefing on Russian hacking. Next. Fox News, October, flip-flopping Dems, once big Comey fans, now piling on. Newsmax, Democrats wage all-out assault on James Comey. Those are just some of the headlines we pulled together. Now I want you to listen to some of these sound bites where they're attacking Comey. This is just a few weeks ago, a few months ago. Now, of course, oh, they got rid of Comey. What a cover-up. They must be getting close to the Russian stuff, you know. We need an independent special prosecutor. That's what we need. Not only that, an independent committee, a joint committee of Congress. Well, why do we elect these knuckleheads in Congress? Why do we have them if they can't even conduct proper oversight? Well, let's check this out. Fox News, October 29, 2016, Clinton campaign demands answers from FBI Director James Comey. Go.
I'm sure that some of you may have heard about a letter that the FBI director sent out yesterday. Well, if you're like me, you probably have a few questions about it. It's pretty strange to put something like that out with such little information right before an election. In fact, it's not just strange, it's unprecedented, and it is deeply troubling because voters deserve to get full and complete facts. And so we've called on Director Comey to explain everything right away, put it all out on the table.
Interesting. So why didn't Obama fire Comey? Valerie Jarrett told her good friend, the president, that he needed to fire Comey in early November. And reportedly, the president said, I can't do that. We'll have a constitutional crisis. I don't know what that means, since he's free to do it. Or I'll be attacked. He was more worried about his legacy, as he always is. But they had the power to do it, and they didn't do it. She's upset.